Hello, my lovely butterfly. Welcome to a new A Layer a Day. This is week 37 of the 6th year of the daily art channeling habit. We're still on the theme of circle of life. And of course, we cannot celebrate life without looking at its opponent, loss. Now, if you look at certain spiritual philosophy, they express death as a comparison with clothing. Now, we like to change clothes. Sometimes we put on new clothes, sometimes we put on older clothes. We like to change that. And they use the expression that, well, our soul likes to do the same thing and likes to change body. So if you look at loss in that way, of course, it takes on a completely different aspect. I personally love the expression of Thich Nhat Hanh, which says the cloud never dies. I've mentioned it a couple of times on my social media since we started this topic of life, because it is one that really expresses what I just said about spirituality. The cloud never dies. If you want to know more about that, have a look at my social media, because like I said, I've been talking about it several times on several places as to what that means, well, for me personally. Now, before you go like, oh my God, this is going to be a depressing challenge. No, it's not. It depends on how you look at it. So you could ponder on your own views on death, on your own death. What does it mean for you to look at your own death? And to keep the spirits light, I would like to mention here a little fragment of the movie Holy Man with Eddie Murphy, which is not a link you might have seen coming here considering the topic. But in one of his many speeches during that film, he says, if you're lucky, you will get 75 years. Now, it's an older movie. Now we get, luckily, a little bit more. But if you're lucky, you get 75 years. That means 75 summers, 75 springtimes, 75 winters, and 75 autumns. If you look at it that way, it's like, I need to make each and every one of those count. So you could ponder on, yes, your own death and what it means in terms of loss for the people around you. But you could also express your gratitude for all those who have been in your life and no longer are in your life. And dedicate a spread to them, like how it feels to miss them, but also how it feels to know that they have been in your life, what they represented for you when they were present, what they might have left with you when they moved on. Well, that's a Buddhist expression to say to pass away when they moved on to the next life. What have they left with you? Maybe they left treasures, maybe they left sadness, and it might be a good thing to look at that sadness, but thinking always in terms of gratitude that they have been in your life. So I hope that you can get along with this challenge without thinking all black and dark and sad, and that is not the point of it. But we cannot celebrate life without having a look at what's on the other side of it. So here we go. That's a different kind of challenge for this week, isn't it? I'm looking forward to see what it is you're gonna end up with in your journal. In the meantime, thank you so much for being here with me. I'll see you on the forum. If you're one of my butterfly members, we're hanging out today because this video is coming up on Sunday. So we're hanging out on Sunday. If you're not one of my members, you can still join. Don't forget to put down a layer a day in a mindful way. Butterfly kisses.